And Christmas is saved. Uh-oh. Somebody's parking it at the church and shouting at God. Excellent. Move this way. I wonder if this is his stuff here. Doritos, a blunt, and, of course, a sleeping bag wet in the rain. Ooh, nice kitchen. I'm like that guy now, like, oh, what, I just think about it, like, the sacrifice. What would I do for a floating kitchen? Whoa, this is cool. Okay, wasn't expecting this. Check this out. Okay, one of the best things I ever found in the Northwest is that the boomers had a really fascinating thing they did to education. At one point, they got back into woodworking. So when you come to the Northwest, you will find that either you're in a building without a single board that seems straight, or you're dealing with a building that doesn't have a single straight board, or you're dealing with sort of like, oh no, we have to take this apart because this was done correctly the first time, but now we've got to repair it. We've got to, it's aged, this, that, and the other. So you will find woodwork in the Northwest that is very well done. You will find beam. You will find iron wood beam in buildings here. You'll find like stuff like that where you're like, we don't do that anymore. Like, we don't take the time or the money to do that kind of thing anymore. And Christmas is saved. It turns out I was right. I had miscalculated my pay cycle, missed a paycheck, wanted to get it. Somebody missed my name in the book. So I'm like, oh, I must have already picked it up. I'm like, dang, I thought I must have overspent. I was just so irresponsible. Walk up, you have 2 paychecks. And of course it's like, it's the prize. Who says this to me but the prize? And I'm just like, yes, oh, hand me money, baby. This is better than sex. Something about a beautiful woman handing me money and I don't have to marry you or make dinner or nothing. This is better than sex. But so yeah, Christmas is saved in a sense. But so I was walking, I'm walking around, you could tell, and look, somebody's trying to do it. No. Don't worry, there's somebody here. Don't park here. Don't fiddle faddle with the building. That's dang it. What could be done with a building like this? This alone could be a mini factory for all kinds of things. I mean, like all the little tchotchkes, like carabiners, and like Ek knives that I buy, the knockoff Ek knife that, you're buying stuff on Amazon. They're like, are you sure you don't want this tiny little knife? And you're like, whoa, that's like an Ek. Okay, this came up and was very interesting. So somebody put me onto this because they put me onto Inessa S, the Russian, the woman, the young woman who's very proud to be Russian, and has very good clips that she'll put together. These just outtakes of videos that are genius level. Like, I mean, she's Russian. I don't know what it is about Russian women. They intimidate me. They're hot. They also are like really sweet when they're sweet. Like, just, they make a lot of sense. I mean, unfortunately, to a great extent, Russian women make a lot of sense, but it's probably because I grew up around with a lot of them in my life. But so well, Eastern European women, and it's because, you know, if you need something to be said, they just say it, and it's like, finally, you know. And I'm sure somebody will correct my perceptions in the comments. Well, Russia has tremendous amounts of titanium, it turns out. So for us to mess with Russia is to mess with worldwide titanium supplies. And that can't happen. This is the delicacy of such a balancing act is impossible right now for America. It would be possible if we had, say, a golden president, number 45. But if under the present Skeletor regime, you know, Skelecron, there we go. Oh my gosh, Throthgar, I finally have found it. That's what it is, President Skelecron, because that's what he calls them. He calls any skeletal enemy in a video game a Skelecron, and it's hilarious. So then we would be able to deal with the upset in titanium, but it's also that there's no way China can help, and China's out. Because if you were to think about it, you're given this opportunity. If you're Xi Jinping, okay, America wants the titanium, Russia's got the titanium, the liberals want to fuck all the Russians in the ass. What do you do if you're Xi Jinping? Well, you ask yourself, can the Americans do it? And then you get the answer, no. They don't have the political will to take on Russia because they are weakening, aging people. They're weak. We have become weak. And there's no reason to go after the titanium resources of Russia. That's some bitch-made shit. We're going to just steal your titanium. You know, we're going to hoe up your women and steal your titanium. You know, we're going to make your women whores. We already pulled that one off way back in the 90s. The first time we tried to take all their titanium, and it didn't work. So, if I were Xi Jinping, I would do what he's doing. Lay low. Whatever you do, do not attract the interests of Russia and America to come back on you. You don't want that. That's not good. What you want is Russia and America to snap at each other a lot and demoralize each other, because China is already demoralized and beaten. It's just that nobody can admit it in the major media sources. So really, this is why you keep hearing people talking about Putin as if he's like Darth Putin, and he's going to be doing this and he's going to be doing that. He literally can barely control the internal affairs of his country at this point. His country is a relatively weak confederation of states. He has everything, like stability gives him everything he needs to ensure the future of the Slavic peoples and all of the races and ethnicities and nationalities in the Federation. Our corporate masters working through the Pentagon don't want that. And that's pretty much what it comes down to, and the liberals are more than willing to go along with it because of their inferior capacity to understand international affairs.